One of our brother don't send a powerful message. Go give the South Africans concerning the Igbos, the attack on Ndigbo. Where did they give our people for inside that place? Come here waiting talk. Oh. As that one they happen, one lady don't come outside, come blast the Nigerian government and especially Yoruba and Tunumbu in particularly how they treat Igbos when you come to the things where they happen. For example, as the bad people for Jos, you see the army general or whatever coming out to tell people how they operate Nudoga, operate Udoka in Southeast, how they take pursue Eastern Security Network, blah 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 blah. Why people are buying in Benue, in Jos, in Plateau, in Gombe, in many places in the north, in Zamfara. So this lady don't blast the government, say may they take things easy of how they create this tribalism. Now government they create them to inside people. But people they say that one Yoruba community is totally gone. Fulani have chasing out everybody in that community. So I'm going to play the video one after the other. Follow this page. Don't forget to subscribe in our YouTube channels and don't forget to share as well. Very, very important. Drop your own opinion in comment section. Let us watch the video.
Hello, wonderful people. I want this video, if you're watching me right now, to be shared across every length and breadth of the world, because my major focus, the major focus for this video is for my Ghanaians, my Ghanaian brothers and South African people. First of all, my name is Chukwemeka Ojemba Ndigbo, Anyangwe Dueri, and I'm a full-blooded Igbo man. The reason why I'm making this video is to help you understand that a typical Igbo man is not interested in your land. A typical Igbo man is not a conqueror. We do not lead a group of army to conquer people. It has never been in our history. We have never in any time in our existence, in our history, gone to people's land to colonize them, to conquer them, to take over their land. We don't do that. This is as a result of the recent debacle, the issue about crowning or not crowning Eze Ndigbo. Let me remind you that Eze does not mean your king. Eze in Igbo land is a leader. Eze is a man that governs his own people, not other people. The issue that you are having in Eastern Cape should not have happened in the first place. The rioting, the issues that has been causing havoc on the social media is not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to happen in the first place. But this is as a result of an exported hate from a particular tribe in Nigeria. The Yoruba tribe, I must mention their name. They were the people that started this rubbish. They have packaged since 2003, since 2023. They packaged mediocrity, they packaged bigotry, they packaged hate and exported outside Nigeria against Ndigbo. Yes, I must say it because the time is now. If Igbo people, if my own people does not stand up to challenge this misinformations that this tribe is cooking, they have cooked it right here in Nigeria and they have exported it to you in Ghana, in Togo, in South Africa. I am not trying to defend some bad ones amongst my people, but the majority of the Igbo people believe in development. They believe in coexistence with their host communities. Yes, we have this tendency to migrate outside our land. We have this tendency to move elsewhere for greener pastures. But let me remind you, anybody that is fueling you, ask him, Has he provided an enabling environment for the Igbo people? Has he? The answer will be no. Because right here in Nigeria, my own people has several times agitated for a sovereign nation where they will govern themselves, where they will now begin, where they will develop their land and begin to recall through mass exodus their people that are in your land. Yes, we can. We have what it takes. But my brother in South Africa, my brother Zulu, my brother Ndebele, my brother the Sosas, do not be mistaken, be not be deceived. Do not be deceived, brother. The Igbo man is not interested in taking over your land. The man you saw there, or the man you are seeing, is just a leader of the community of Igbo people within that enclave. No matter the name he's calling, he might be called Eze, he might be called Igwe, but that is for the Igbo people there and nothing else. Believe me. I know it will be very difficult because you have been sowed. There is a seed of discord that has been sowed already against us. But I am telling you to take this video and the information that I'm sharing here very serious. Stop the rioting. Stop castigating the Igbo leaders or the Igbo people. Stop targeting us. We are not your problem. You have your problem. Face your problem. And nobody can stop the Igbo people from electing a leader that will lead them, that will guide them. Community response. Shared prosperity. That is what we believe. I am begging you. I am begging you all. Stop this attack against us, against my identity. And to my Igbo brothers that are everywhere lamenting, cursing their own brothers that they should not do that, they should not have Igwe, they should not have Eze in diaspora. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How do we now organize that? Do you know that when you help these strangers to bring attack our identity, that you are attacking yourself? You are attacking yourself. You are attacking yourself. Don't you know that? Are you bereft of this knowledge that if you succeed on this one, the next thing will be when you are walking on the street, they will target you and say, that is the Igbo man. Stop being Igbo. Because you have helped them to attack your very identity. Why should it be so? Why? Why should it be so? But I will always blame the Yoruba man. He caused this. Here in Nigeria, they have brought bigotry. They have brought senseless hate, packaged as campaign, packaged as rubbish that we don't even understand. Do you know that an Igbo woman married to a Yoruba man, his children or her children cannot be accepted as Yorubas? A case study, 2023 general election. Rose Vival. Just because his mother is Igbo, they hated him. They brought every hate upon him, and never wanted him to succeed as the governor of Lagos State. I'll leave that one for here. I'll leave it for now. Next time I shall come back here. I'm already busy, as you can see from this clothing as you can see me wearing, adorning. I'm on site. I'm busy clearing this place for development in Alibu, and I am doing this under the directive of Pine Leaf Estates and Properties Limited. If you are an Igbo person and you are in diaspora, you are at home, partner with us. Partner with Pine Leaf Estates and Properties Limited. Let's develop this place. Let's give you lands. If you want farm estates that you can bring down industrial farming, mechanized farming, call me. Thank you.
I have watched what is going on around our country with pain. At the age of 63, I believe I have become a mother in this nation and can speak to this nation. I have never spoken to our present president, but I will speak to you today, sir. The government is failing us. I look at what is going on in Jos, what is going on in Benue, what is going on in Kwara, what is going on all over the country, and I'm worried. I am pained. There is a dichotomy I see. Two standards I see. I see one standard for the north and another standard for the south. Whenever a few Igbo boys have gotten angry and acted or reacted, they send Air Force, Navy, and military to go and stop them. They take armored tanks to the east. But we see Fulani boys stand and speak on the internet. They say anything, do anything, and nothing moves. Instructions are given for nobody to move. Well, Nigeria belongs to all of us. God put us here. No man put us here. Christians and Muslims. My mother told me before she passed that these things we are agitating for, they have been agitating for them since they were children, and nothing changed. This platform, God has given it to me for a purpose, to speak for the helpless. Sir, why are the same soldiers and Air Force not hovering over Jos? Why are they not hovering over Kwara? Why are they not hovering over Southern Kaduna? Land have been taken. People have been removed from their land and nothing happens. If it were Igbos, there will be artillery and fireworks. They will be killing them like anything. Now, I'm not saying what they do is right because I actually don't know all the details. But what these people are doing too is not right. I don't know what the agenda is. I don't know what the plan is, sir. But Jesus Christ is building his church. And no force on earth will stop us. You can kill us, you can take over our lands and all, but we will always be in this Nigeria. So the time has come, especially in this Easter period, to remind all Nigerians that Nigeria belongs to all of us. And let there be justice. What you do in the south, do in the north. What you do in the north, do in the south. But this Nigeria will stand. The church of Jesus Christ will stand, and the gate of hell will not prevail against it.
If anybody had told us that we are going to witness what we are witnessing at the moment in Yoruba, we would have said it's impossible. But let me use the statement of our paramount king, Oba Johnson Olariwaju. I think the situation we have in Yoruba presently, Yoruba district of a fellow local government, Kwara State, is beyond us. It's beyond us. The situation of insecurity in our domain, we must confess, is beyond us. This is our community. Only deserted now. Only deserted. People have fled for their lives, left their properties, their farms, their businesses, everything deserted now. The whole community is deserted. The whole district, the whole Oragon district, and even Soko, they were all deserted now. Eh? Eh? The place that is blossoming for its commercial activities, for its agricultural activities. See the whole community deserted now. See. People left their belongings. From there to Okewa now, down to Iran. That's how you see houses closed. Can you see? Houses closed. Nobody. Every place people lived before have been deserted now. I think this is beyond us, really. It's beyond us. And as I'm talking now, we even have some of our community members in the bush. Kidnapped. We don't know their situation. It's a very pathetic situation. It's very saddening. We are worried, we are threatened in Oragon district. Please, we are appealing to the Kwara State government, the federal government, and all those concerned to come to our aid. This is a situation we have never witnessed. Even our forefathers, our fathers in heaven, have not witnessed what we are witnessing right now. They chase us away from our farms. We thought it would be so over, but see now. They also chase us away from our homes, from our businesses, from our occupations, from our properties. Can you see? Eh? Can you see? Houses locked up, nobody. This is the saddening situation which Oragot district and its environ, not just Oragot district, Okeonya, Kajola, everywhere. This is how it's deserted now. It's a very pathetic situation. We are appealing to the government to please do the needful. Not that you have not done. You have done, but what we have preempted this kind of situation, that there will be a reprisal attack. Eh? This is a reprisal attack now. The whole community is deserted. Eh? You see anybody now, maybe it's a vigilante or just some strangers who doesn't have anywhere to go. The whole community is deserted. Eh? Everywhere under lock and peace. Can you see? Eh?
Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain, you do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there?
You know that truth is so bitter. And the truth must be told. Yoruba land is gone. They say Lagos is safe. Lagos is safe. Lagos is their next target. Watch what will happen. When they're taking over Lagos, then Yoruba eyes will open. They will not turn to Igbos to say, please help us to fight these people. It will happen. So be on social media and writing your nonsense, spreading hate against the Igbos, your village, your hometown is gone. There is nothing you can do about it. Guys, share this video. Drop your own opinion inside comment section.